Hal, we want to move on to yet another major international headline as well. There's some new details, Hal, coming out about the nature, the capabilities of that Chinese spy balloon that was shot down over the Atlantic off the coast of South Carolina in early February. We have obviously some video of that. Everyone remembers all of this, that it was taking place here. So, Hal, what do we know about this? We're hearing from Pentagon officials in the briefing today that possibly, and NBC News reported this first, that the balloon itself was able to gather quite a lot of intelligence before being shot down. Is that what you're hearing as well, Hal?
Andrew, that's exactly what we're hearing. And of course, you recall at the time that they were saying, no, they're not uploading intelligence, that they've somehow blocked that. And of course, we talked about that as well. What they have done is they've gone back and looked at the balloon. It was clearly under command control. In other words, what they found is it had a propeller that could help it navigate. It had controlling features that would help it move around the air. And also, there's some of those sites where they say it actually was doing a figure eight. That's not something a balloon just does on its own. That's something that you have to change the altitude of the balloon using the winds and all these other control features that they have in order to make a balloon fly over a site in a figure eight pattern. That's what they're saying this balloon did. And now they're not sure if it really did block the signals, the uplink, because if they're able to control it, that means they had comms with the balloon, which kind of indicates there were probably comms intelligence gathering going up. Now, what they're saying, it's probably communications intelligence or signals intelligence, listening to various things, to include, as we talked about at the time, possibly listening to cell phone calls and other types of communications in and around those installations. They're not quite clear on what the damage is, and they're not sure how much got out. And there was a lot of things that were apparently done to limit the collection capability as that balloon was flying over. So it's not sure how much they really got.
Okay, but Hal, it seems like in the immediate aftermath of this, defense officials and security officials went to great lengths quite quickly to, I guess, reassure the wider public and those watching this that, the Chinese, did not get much out of this Chinese spy balloon, that the signals were jammed right away. But this new reporting suggests that they were getting the intelligence basically almost in real time. So what's going on here? Was that the line right away from the U.S. government, or did we learn more as the investigation progressed here?
I think we've learned more. You have to remember, they picked up a lot of the balloon that fell into the ocean, and so they're finding out more about the capabilities of the balloon, particularly the equipment, the actual technology that was used, and how it was communicating. And so with that, they were able to probably piece together some stuff that would reveal exactly how much intelligence this balloon could have actually delivered in real time. That was something that came up many times today, in real time. Now, real time just means, yes, it's real time, but that means the uplink to the satellite was probably going in real time, and they were getting it in Beijing or wherever they're receiving it fairly fast. So that's not a real surprise that they were able to do that. That's an easy technical capability. The question is, how long were they able to maintain that uplink, and how much intelligence they got out? Remember, we had those U-2 planes flying around the balloon.
Right.
They have certain capabilities, and also on the ground were probably certain capabilities. So I'm not quite sure how much they were really able to collect, and that wasn't clear. Obviously, there are some unnamed officials that the NBC report had out that they were more concerned about what was actually sent or collected by the Chinese, what was sent back to China from the balloon, than initially Pentagon and White House reports would have indicated.
Okay.
But with that said, both could be kind of true. It could be there wasn't that much, but there was probably more than what they said. So there could be a little bit of truth in both ends. But I got to tell you, we're pretty good at counterintelligence too.
Yes,
and we know that balloon's up there, and there's things we can do to, we have satellites fly over all the time, and we kind of have that figured out. So we kind of have this figured out too.
Yeah, Hal, one more point I want to make about this. There was some kind of back and forth about the, I guess, self-destructive nature of the balloon itself. Did it have that capability? Do we know anything more on that?
It's not clear if they activated it. There may have been something wrong. We were kind of wondering about that. As you recall, you and I were on the air when we watched the explosion and we're looking at things fall down. And we had, we had kind of speculated that it probably did have some sort of self-destruct capability, because that's very common in intelligence collection assets like that. That goes back a long way. That goes back to the original U-2 program in the 1950s, that they had a self-destruct capability in those aerial collection platforms. So it's not quite clear what happened here. It's not clear if they didn't send the signal or malfunctioned or what happened, but it's not looking like it did the self-destruct that they thought it might have done. And that's something we would know now looking at the equipment. That would be something that we would have collected off the sea bottom, if you will, off the ocean floor, to see where that did or did not work. So I think that's something that they have learned since this event took place.
All right. Hal Kempfer, we always appreciate your insight into these major international headlines, and we appreciate it, and we'll talk again. Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you, Andrew.